Welcome to this episode of Small Bike Stuff. I've always wanted to look at an EZ90 or a Honda CUB up close. This is my first opportunity to do so. This is not going to be the video where you can learn every single little intricate feature about them, but this is just going to be me walking through one, having a look at it with my normal processes and figuring out what these things are all about. Let's kick into it. Usually in these videos I'd show you the engine, but I can't. It's completely hidden, but there is a kickstart on the side there. And if we go up in this direction, you can see nothing really. It's all hidden behind plastic. If I come around to the other side, once again, can't see much. But we do have a brake on this side as well, on the rear, obviously, for the rear. But yeah, apart from that, all you can see is the EZ9 or the EZ90 decals. And that's about it. This is a 90cc automatic twist and go. So it's CVT essentially with a chain drive. And yeah, that's about all I can tell you with the engine. If you know more, let me know in the comments. Here we go with the wheels. This is 190 12-inch wheel. Really interesting to have a look at the way it's kind of attached, because you've got this drum here, then you've got this extra bit bolted on to the drum. And I don't think it's a split rim, to be honest. But yeah, it's got the original wheel on there, a Dunlop, which is, yeah, 190 12. A few little cracks in there. We like to call that tyre patina. Obviously not great for going and riding long distance or anything like that. But yeah, fairly easy tyre size to get. So not a massive issue there. It's a nice little look at the drums on the other side. So yeah, front drum. And it actually pulls up fairly well, works really well. Here we have the rear. This is a 10-inch. So we've got a 130/90/10. So 12 front, 10 rear. And yeah, drum brake on the rear as well. So pretty interesting little machine. When it comes to controls, there's not a dramatic amount happening. As you can see here, what we've got is a pretty empty handlebar setup. We've of course got our left brake, which is for the rear. We've got our right brake, which is for the front. They've got these stock bark busters. You've got a side stand light, you've got an oil light, you have a engine off or run, and then you also have a start button, and you've also got the key down here as well. Apart from that, oh look, the lights do go on and off. That is effectively the only controls. You do have a kickstart on the left side, which can be used and does start fine. And you just have foot pegs, not much else. There's really no other controls on this thing. I guess we could talk about the fact that it does have a fuel tap, so you've got off, on, reserve, and yeah, there's really not much happening feature-wise on this bike. Quirks and features, I guess we should jump into that. This is your fuel tank here, and if we undo it, that's where you put fuel. Pretty simple stuff. We also do have, I'm going to put that up properly later, we do have, there we go, a glove box per se, you could say, kind of. And inside there you've got a couple of clips that are supposedly meant to hold something, not sure what it is. And it looks like a turnable screw there that would probably remove some of the front plastics. And there's a little bit of Velcro on the inside there as well, which is pretty interesting. But that is the only storage on the bike. But it's a lot more than some have. I rode the Italjet Dragster recently and it had a lot less than this for a $10,000 bike. These things here, price-wise, it's hard to say, but yeah, they're not in super high numbers. There's a lot of them in America. There's a guy called Habit Moto on Instagram, and he's got a ton of these things. But yeah, this is the first one I've seen personally in New Zealand, but I do know of a couple of others that have come up for sale in the past in New Zealand. We've got a grab rail here on the back, which is actually supported, as you can see if I gently move that plastic, by a metal bit, so you're not just ruining the plastic. There's a couple of supposed vents, you could say, at the back there. Then underneath, you've literally just got your monoshock. This is your airbox on the left side, and on the right side here, I think possibly your exhaust. It would make sense if it was the exhaust, so a lot of heat shield and stuff around there. And then you've got your side stand here, which does have a side stand switch. So when you do put the side stand down, it kills the engine. So I think that's enough kind of talking about its features, because it's very limited with what they have. And let's give it a start, and you can hear what it sounds like. Now, obviously twist and go, so as soon as you give it a twist, it goes. You know, it's got a lot of power. It kicks off from stock, from the traffic lines in stock form, from the traffic lights, sorry, it goes really well. But it does limit itself at the top speed, so it's going to die because the fuel tap's off soon, but it hasn't died yet. But yeah, that's the Honda EZ90. I'm going to go ride this thing. There's a few videos of people riding them if you want to watch them. I'm running out of gas. Change it to reserve. Anyway, I'll see you later.